So, in celebration of my recent unblocking for telling an Eddie Murphy joke, I got a serious response to a serious comment from Nicholas Greenword. Thank you very much. When I did my review of this EGC baritone, he said, cool guitar, but the review is all over the place and hard to follow, but cool guitar. So thank you for the comment, Nicholas Greenword. He's right. Yes, I made a silly joke review, because I wanted to amuse my friends, the Illuminati at the PRF, because I knew they were going to crucify me for all the negative feedback on their favorite guitar company, EGC, Electrical Guitar Company, the Illuminati, the aluminum neck powers that be. And too long didn't read. This guitar was probably the biggest disappointment in my musical career. Well, no, not really, but it's getting there. It's too fragile. This notion that aluminum guitars are like super sturdy, especially with this construction. Here, I'll get a little closer. With this like two halves bolted together it's all aluminum, right? Everything. No fretboard. It's a one-piece aluminum neck. Here, I'll turn it down a little bit. The guitar is pretty awesome, but basically, if you drop it and it lands hard, it will rattle itself apart. And that happened to me once. It shore off a bolt. The screw that holds the strap on. I was playing live, and this thing just gave out from metal fatigue. The weight of the guitar is not really a problem if you got a thick strap and stuff, but like the accoutrements, like the strap button screw, or I also had a gig bag fall apart from this. The little metal fittings are not rated for something that's like twice as heavy as a normal guitar, even though if you fit it on your back, it's not uncomfortable to stand up with it, but like it will, any damage that occurs to this, anything serious from dropping it, it'll shake itself apart because it's just doing like bam, and it would be better to have a wood body that just takes a big chunk off of it when it hits the ground than to have something that causes structural damage. It's probably irreparable, basically. And one time I had it fall down on the neck. On the headstock. It fell down like that way when I was wearing it in a gig bag, and I think it might have distorted the neck a little bit. That shit, I don't know, some kind of qualified machinist might be able to set it back in place, but I don't think so. Anyway, so these things are, they're indestructible when it comes to resisting humidity and not resisting climatic changes and stuff. Like they don't go out of whack. There's no truss rod. It doesn't need one. The neck stays put, and that's all good and stuff. But like, man, I know you real guys would never do this and let something like that happen. But if this thing falls around and stuff. And also, it came with a hard case. But here in Germany, we don't have cars, and we got to go around with gig bags a lot because that case, you know, this whole thing with a case weighs like 50 pounds. So like, oh, that was the tone knob. So like, this thing, like the electronics inside got shaken up real bad when this hit the ground, and like the pickup selector was like both pickups will go on. Now I got a kill switch. Something's not right in there, and you know I would have to unbolt everything. I'm not going to do that. I'm the black hand of you know, I'm a klutz, so I'm not going to. Anyway, it sounds great. The pickups are real good, real responsive. The whole thing is really responsive. The neck is way too narrow for me, and like, yeah, it sounds cool and stuff, but man, I'm not sure. And it's got this outrageous problem where the low B is like twice as loud as all the other strings. Like, listen to what that riff I was just playing. Like. String. So like that would have been good for my bassless baritone duo to have like one really bassy string, but like, you know, the second string, the E string, is like much quieter. All the other strings are much quieter. So like, what's a good riff that I'm glad I have it. I would sell it, but there's some ethical questions there because how fucked up this is. I would like to have somebody check it out in person and say like, yeah, I really want it before I charge a ton of money for them, because these things are worth a lot now. Bottom line, I don't think it's worth it. There are a ton of other people getting into making aluminum neck guitars. Like apparently, if you're a real machinist, it's not that hard. Like there's a guy. Christopher P. Jory from the Bismarck, and as far as I know, he's not really a commercial guitar maker. Like he'll make a guitar and sell it to you, but like he's not a commercial business or something, I think. But he's a, you know, experienced craftsman, and he got like metal lathes and stuff. He's set up to make. He makes aluminum guitars now. So Christopher P. Jory of the Bismarck, you should check him out on Facebook. Add him on Facebook. See what he's making, because he makes some cool shit, and it's very inspirational to me of what a home craftsman can do. Mad respect, Chris. And another guy, Derek Simonet, I met on the Bass 6 forum. He's also a home craftsman, metal worker, and woodworker. Check him out too, Derek Simonet. And then if you look on the Aluminum Axis forum on Facebook, there's a lot of smaller companies making aluminum guitars, and I guess some of them are kind of custom. Listen to how much louder that open B string is. So that's the Teal Deer. It's pretty cool, but it's fragile, susceptible to getting fucked up, and it sounds cool, but I'm not sure if it's just really badass pickups too. Like I'm not sure. I mean, the aluminum sound, like, man, if you set a really high gain, I don't know, like it doesn't sound that much different. Like. It's got a brilliance to it. I mean, it's just, I've heard guitarists that I respect, like Colin Neutron, Protonic Reversal, that guy. Conan Neutron. He said, like, it changed his life. It totally changed his style, going to aluminum necks. He's like, since then, playing a regular guitar is like picking up a tree or something. And I just haven't had that experience. And it's like, the neck is pretty badass, but it's really narrow. It's uncomfortable to play. That's a matter of preference. It's really narrow. I love the way it joins into the body, though. The one-piece-ness of it. And, you know, it's one piece all the way down to the bridge inside of there. So it's like the ultimate stability, except if you drop it, it'll rattle itself to pieces on the inside. And you could distort the neck. I mean, yes, I know... all of you real guys out there are not going to drop your guitar and let any of this shit happen. But like, you know, in the early days of Shy Squad, there was some, you know, you do certain things. But like, yeah, we had some wild shows and stuff happened and things fell. And anyway, so the PRF, you know, the Premier Rock Forum, also known as the Electrical Audio website forum, Steve Albini's studio. That's where I got hip to this. Like, you know, the Travis Bean, Steve Albini's, what did he have? A standard artist or something? It's kind of Jazzmaster looking, or, you know, it's kind of like the Fender offset shape, but not really. And this is what that's based on. And I think this model is not available anymore. I think he stopped making baritones altogether. This is a 30-inch, and it's kind of a handful. I mean, like, I actually like 30 inches, but something about the narrow neck, I don't know, man. It's just, I thought this was going to be, like, no questions asked, my stage guitar, like, for all of eternity, and it just wasn't. I kept it as a backup, and I kept it in the practice space to resist the humidity that is inherent in Hamburg, where it's moist. It gets moist. I'm sure real musicians will have much better results than I did, though. Max Weathersfield, I actually used this on two of our projects together. It was one of the rare times I've actually used this on a recording, because I just figured, like, the extra grit of it. Oh yeah, with the Steve Albini Hot Licks copper pick, just, it's real. Weathersfield, that was the riff that was like, you said was like Mercy Beat meets Joy Division. And this is kind of my favorite chord shape. This is sort of like an Indian meditation, or like gamelan, some kind of non-Western meditation music, but then you rock it up. Anyway, this pattern shows up in a lot of Shy Squad songs, except... that box chord, but like with this B string being twice as loud, it really. I guess it's kind of cool. Anyway, hey, falls du in Hamburg wohnst oder Norddeutschland vorbeischauen möchtest, ich würde es irgendwie verkaufen, falls du es trotz allen technischen Makros noch haben willst, aber hey, well, schreib mir in den Kommis. Anyway, yeah, so it's cool, but I'm not. It didn't change my world. And that's the thing. Like I was, I grew up, started out with Nirvana, quickly got into Sonic Youth and Big Black, the Albini Sphere, and man, when I wanted a Travis Bean so bad, and EGC, Electrical Guitar Company, its whole raison d'etre was to make like the best modern copy of a Travis Bean possible, and then they got into all aluminum stuff because the Travis Bean is actually made of aluminum neck through thing, and then koa wood, pretty exotic. And like Kevin from Electrical Audio, EGC said, he's trying to make the closest thing you can get to Travis Bean, and that's cool. But like now these things are like $3,000 or something, and oh man, I remember when I was a kid, I saw a Travis Bean for like under $1,000, but I was like 15 or 16. I mean, I had maybe a couple $100 to spare, but not like 700 or whatever. But that was like the lowest price a Travis Bean would ever be, and it wasn't the Albini kind. It was the like regular koa, the more of the Grateful Dead kind than the Albini kind, because this offset body shape is totally badass. That's what you want, right? And anyway, so yeah, Kevin did us a service, Kevin of EGC, by making a Travis Bean-like thing available. But now there's a lot more options for aluminum neck things. I've heard the EGCs are like $3,000 and a waiting period of however long, and you deposit the money and wait a long ass time. And other people are making that stuff. I would tend to look elsewhere. Now, if you can get one for cheap, I got this for $1,300 back in 2014. Yeah, a guy on eBay was selling it, and he was like, "I'm not comfortable selling this on eBay, but you're from the PRF, sell it to you for a good price, $1,300." And back then, shipping was only like $50. Yeah, $1,300 was real money back then, not like it is now, but still, it was a good deal. Oh yeah, and it came, pre-scratched for a carefree ride. Yeah, he kind of fucked it up a little bit too. He told me about that. He was totally above board. What was his name? Dave something, or I can't remember his name. He's from Arizona, cool guy. And I liked it that it was all scratched up before already, because I don't, when I have like pristine guitars, I don't take them out. Because I'm the black hand, I will mess anything up. Anyway, so I'm getting nerdy and long-winded here, but I'm going to continue. So I was a Steve Albini disciple nerd, and I still kind of am. I mean, I branched out into a lot more stuff that Steve Albini would probably hate, of the electronic variety and things. But I got a harmonic percolator clone, and I got my copper pick, and I'm using a bass amp set to clean, which I think was one of the secrets in shellac. I mean, the sounds in shellac are just wet dream, audiophiles wet dream. The bass sound, Bob Weston, the Travis Bean bass sound, so sweet. Anyway, and I haven't been able to get the harmonic percolator to really do what I want either. It seems. See, that's what shellac is famous for, and I think these pickups are slightly microphonic, and that's what causes it. Like, shellac is famous for not having this badass harmonic percolator and not really using it that much, except to go berserk real quick. Let's see if I... I guess it's kind of cool, but I don't know. I've never figured out... I was never really trying to copy Big Black, because their sounds are just off the chart, and it sounds like kind of a studio thing they're doing. There's a lot of delay and effects I don't know about, but shellac is totally copyable. Thin pick copper if possible to get a flappy sound, and low distortion with like high treble and high bass, but the mid scoop the mids, Johnny. Holding the pick at an angle so you scrape Anyway, I still love it. Shellac Action Park, one of my all of Shellac's awesome. I hear they're coming out with a new one. I'm gonna get it. Yeah. Love it. Another one, Sonic Youth. I think Lee Ronaldo did some work with the Travis Bean, but it's not really his signature guitar or anything. But and Sonic Youth, I find them inspirational, but I never really tried to copy their sound. But copying the idiot, Glenn Branca and all the alternate tunings, yeah, open unison strings and... that gimmick. Love it. So I love all that stuff, telling you my music nerd history. Big Black and Shellac and Sonic Youth and all that stuff. Oh yeah, Jesus Lizard. When you're talking about aluminum guitars, yeah, Dwayne Dennison, oh my god. I never tried to learn any of these. That guy's just another league of goodness. But some of the bass sounds are doable. However, Ray Washam, no, that was... oh my god, I forgot his name. And I love his playing. The bass player of the Jesus Lizard, he actually uses a regular jazz master. That's another story. But Bob Weston's sound on the Travis Bean bass, totally good. Maybe I should get an electrical or an aluminum necked bass, but there's Kramer, but there are all kinds of new guys making them too. So it seems to lend itself well to a gritty chainsaw bass sound. But anyway, I'm sort of skeptical about how much the aluminum really... Does it give you a totally unique sound that can't be copied at all? Because, to me, it has, a brilliant response. Yeah, that's good. Wow, rambling for 24 minutes. Oh my god. Well, hope you made it this far, and if you didn't, well, I don't know. Drink Guayusa Matcha Heen Organic Energy Tea from Ecuador. Check out Terrorist in Mind. punk rock from Lüneburg, post-punk. Incredibly prolific artist. And check out Max Weathersfield, the only person who I have actually used this guitar with on his new album, So Tough. So thanks for indulging me in my long-winded nerd rant, if you in fact have made it to 25 minutes and 24 seconds. So time to take you out with the all-round carib-free package with the harmonic percolator.